What I have here today is an early 1990s Haro mountain bike. I'm going to be doing a single speed conversion to this. Kind of doing like an oversized BMX bike type theme with it. It's only going to have a rear brake and one gear. And what's going to be kind of extra unique about this this conversion in making it one of a kind is that it has a fixed position rear dropout. You know, some of you who have seen some of my other videos know that I've done some pretty heavy modifications to other things. So I'm going to be doing a replacement dropout here. I've cut out these slotted dropouts here from a little girl's bike. What's nice about using a piece of donor material like this is that they're already ensured to be the same left and right, and what I'm going to do is make a jig to hold the two sides together for precision alignment. Basically, I'm going to stack two pieces of plate steel, the thickness of the dropout, to run straight across there, and put my straight edge on there, and tack two pieces of guide pieces on there, so when I slide them together I'll have a perfect probably, I think that's 110 millimeter spacing or whatever. I didn't measure it yet, but you get the principle of what I'm getting at there, and that will ensure a precise alignment through and through on the dropout. And then I'm going to shave off all the cable guides, and I got one heck of a deal on this bike because it had a multi layers of problems, but amongst those, now that I got all the shifting crap off of here that was frozen onto the bike, the threads on the forks steer tube right in through the area of the upper race here is stripped out. You know, that only leaves me with a couple of choices on what to do with that. Either A, replace the fork entirely. B, I could cut off that steering tube from the fork, and by using another steer tube, I could, you know, join on a new one and join them together with a sleeve joint. But what I'm going to try doing here is I've got a steel seat clamp here with a 22.2 inner diameter here, which is the same as the shaft on here. So I'm going to weld a seat clamp to the top nut. I'm going to weld the top nut and the race together. They're both 8-point. I'm going to line up the 8 points and then just weld it on one flat edge here and one flat edge on the back. Weld my clamp to the top, and then I'll be able to drive that down and set my tension properly, and then just tighten my pinch bolt, holding it to the quill of the stem. And you know, theoretically, since the bars are already in place tight enough to hold the bars in place while you're riding, it's going to be in place tight enough to be able to clamp this to it to hold the bearings set where I want them. I mean, after all, the top portion of the threads are already good to allow my adjustability. It's just I got about 3 millimeters of thread just kind of gone right in through the area of that upper race. So that's my solution for that. I expect that to work quite well. And then I'm going to shave the fork down, take off the brake mounts, and these little extra like fender mount things. Steer tubes also stamp 4130 chromoly on the fork. It is a Tange chromoly fork. And it's a Tri-moly frame, or a chromoly main frame. So it's kind of a neat little project. I think that about sums up what I intend to do for now. More to come.